Birds are actually reptiles, and I can explain why really quickly and easily. You already mentioned that birds are theropod dinosaurs, so theropod dinosaurs are a type of reptile, but also this phylogenetic tree, this comes from this paper. They sequenced the genomes of various reptiles, and they were able to prove that crocodilians are more closely related to birds than any other type of reptile. So like compare the DNA of a crocodile to a lizard, it's closer to the bird. So like you said, birds are dinosaurs, dinosaurs are archosaurs, and the only two groups of archosaurs alive today are the crocodilians and the birds, the last of the dinosaurs, the theropods. If we look at this tree closer, you will see two distinct branches represented. This branch up here, this is the mammals, from the monotremes all the way to us, the placentals. Down here, this branch is the reptiles. You have the squamates, the lizards, the snakes over here. You have the turtles, and then you have the group with, it's the archosaurs. And the archosaurs include the birds. So if you're going to consider crocodiles reptiles, you also have to consider birds reptiles. There really is no other way biologically to consider crocodiles reptiles without birds. Whale is never going to become something that's not a mammal because that's not how life on Earth works. You don't evolve out of your clade. The clades just get more and more specific as you go down the tree. As humans, we are apes, we are primates, we are placental mammals, we are amniotes, we are vertebrates. It continues. We never left one of those groups. Also citing my sources here is straight from that paper where it talks about crocodilians and birds being the only two groups of archosaurs left. Stuff like live birth and warm-bloodedness gets mentioned, but that doesn't matter. Different animal groups can evolve different traits independently. The ichthyosaur, for example, look at this fossil. It was giving live birth. And there's also strong evidence from the soft tissue of some ichthyosaurs that they seem to have been warm-blooded, which isn't that shocking because there's modern lizards that seem to be a little bit warm-blooded too. And the Myotragus, which I haven't talked about in a couple of years, I should really make another video on this goat. This was a cold-blooded goat that went extinct recently, a really weird result of island evolution. Developing that cold-blooded trait doesn't turn this goat into a lizard though. It's still a mammal. It's just a mammal that's different than the other mammals. Just like birds are reptiles that in many ways are different than the other reptiles we have today. But if we still had all of the dinosaurs and their diversity, we would be able to see that birds in fact are reptiles because the dinosaurs themselves, there's a crazy amount of variety. Some really blur the line. There is no real great way to determine whether it's a bird or not a bird at that point.